the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be needy. So he went and hired himself out to the citizens of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed the pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare? And here I am starving to death. I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." So when he got up and went to his father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him and kissed him. Dear Lord, it is again, God, we come to you, Lord, saying thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
God, we thank you for what you've done for us. And God, we thank you for how you made a way. Lord, I thank you for allowing me to preach your word. Lord, I appreciate you even choosing me. And Lord, as you choosing me, I want you to use me, God. Lord, make preaching easy for me. Let your spirit be bestowed upon me, God. Use me in thy own way. God, use me in a way that you'll be satisfied. And I know if you're satisfied, God, I'll be satisfied. I ask you to give me strength on the day to preach your word. In your son Jesus' name I do pray. Amen. 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 And amen. Amen. You may be seated. Amen. I'm gonna move right along. Normally I would move along quickly if one of my teams were playing. But since none of my teams are playing today, I'm in no hurry. I'm not in no hurry at all, Trustee Williams. I probably unplug the TV when I get home. Just make sure don't. Yeah, me too. Kick it right on out. We'll pick up another one tomorrow morning. Amen. Amen. But I am going to hurry along. Amen. But I looked at this young man. He had been in a crazy situation. We all know the story of who? The prodigal son. He was the one that told his father, said, listen, I want you to give me what belongs to me. And actually, really nothing belonged to him at that time because his father was still alive. Amen? But how many of you know sometimes our kids want something faster than what they're supposed to get it? Amen? Sometimes we have been the same way. Amen? Amen. But I thought it would be befitting when I looked at him and how he had just messed up. I thought it would be befitting today to preach from the subject and say this. I was messed up, but God still covered me. I wish there was somebody here that would be a witness, would be. I told you I'm not going to be here long, but I wonder today if I'm in this house, is there anybody that can say I was messed up, but God would still cover me? Yeah. Some of you sit there and you didn't really raise your hand, but let me tell you something. When didn't nobody else know you was in your mess, God knew you was in your mess. Amen. When you was with that person that you should not have been with, we may not have known, but what God knew exactly who you were with. Amen. Covered me while I was messed up. God did what covered me. Too often we sit around and we talk about God don't bless nobody but the Christian folks. But I want you to know God blesses everybody. Let me say this, because I don't want you all to have to raise your hand, but let me say this. There's been many times that I was doing things that I had no business doing. And God would cover me. Wait a minute, because somebody for my Facebook and Zoom family, before you come at me, let me clear myself so you'll understand. I never said that God covered my sin. I said he would cover me while I was in my sin. I need somebody that can talk to me. God covered me. Amen. As I look at this young man, he got out there and was doing what he wanted to do, having a good time.
Amen.
Kicking up his heels, deacon. Now, he probably been to the shed 20 times. Hey, just having a good time. Miss Rusty Williams, I check with you to see what you. Okay, good. He probably been there drinking, having a good time, and enjoying it. What he thought he was having what? A good time. Every now and then, the devil will allow us to think that we're doing what? Having a what? A good time. But you do remember, I preached to you. Don't let what the good time, what fool you. I'll be somebody here. But I want to talk about me for a moment and this young man. When I saw him, I saw me. As a younger man, there were things that I wanted to do. My mom, I never will forget, she told me one time, she said, you don't need to go to New York City. She said, you don't need to go. But I had made it up in my mind that I was going. I was being what? Disobedient. I was disobeying her. I wasn't listening to her. Amen? And so I got on that van and I went on with the group up to New York, and I was having a good time, wild living all night, up all night long, sleeping all day. Anybody else in here like that? Up all night and sleeping in the daytime, trying to get ready for what the next night. All right, Maxine, I knew I had a witness back there somewhere. Lee, I was up all night long. If it happened in the day, I didn't see it, but if it was at nighttime, I saw it. I'm a young boy hanging with old men. Yeah, I'm hanging with some old heads. You right? Anything that I wanted was at my fingertips. This is how the devil will allow you, the shape he will allow you to be in. He'll allow everything to come to you just like you want it. But the thing between God and the devil is God's stuff is for eternity. The devil's stuff only lasts for a season. But when I got to New York, one night when I thought everything was good, I was riding in the van and one of the guys, he was smoking a little weed and drinking a little drink. Now, I hadn't smoked nothing, okay? I want you to hear that I hadn't smoked a thing. I was wide awake. Somebody said, I don't believe that. I don't know. And don't ask me out the church to Pastor, look, now I know you said that in front of them, but I want you can level with me. You were high too, weren't you? No, ma'am, no, sir, I was not high. Okay, let me clear that up. But God got a way. He'll let you run so long. See, he said obedience is better than what? Sacrifice. I was disobedient. I went and did my own thing. But I want you to know something. That Saturday night while we were there, we wouldn't start leaving the house till about 11:30. We didn't leave the house till about 11:30. We were just getting crunk up. So we left the house. And I'm preaching to you because I'm going somewhere. We left that house and went to somebody's house. Man, we didn't even know whose house we was at. They were having a party. We just pulled up and jumped in. But when we left that party, we had to cross a highway. And I want you to know something. When we crossed that highway, a tractor trailer carrying ice ran straight into us on a highway. Let me tell you how hard it hit us. It split the van in half. And we was on an old-timey van made of steel. It split the van in half. I was on one side of the highway with the driver. The ones that was in the back, they was over in somebody's yard that we had just came from. I'm laying in there. Gas leaking. I kept a razor in my pocket. That's why I keep one this very day. Because I had to cut myself out the seatbelt because gas was leaking. But when I came to my senses, I realized, Maxine, even though Mama couldn't go with me, God had covered me even in my mess. God covered me because he knew there was something that he wanted me to do. And even though death wanted me to die right there in New York City, God says not so, but I will let you touch him just to let him know that he's not untouched. Even in my mess, God covered me. That's why when I come to the house of the Lord,